Told you I had lots of hats, but another one that doesn't fit my massive head. Could talk in a London accent actually, couldn't I? All right, like a cheapy chappy. Yeah, probably not really the right kind of thing for me, is it? A flat cap. Go down to the races with me whippet. I can't get it off my head now. Oh, really stuck. Going to talk about recruitment. Recruiting. Oh, I forgot. Dave. Oh, I've recruited you with my buddy and then I forget you. Oh, sorry, Dave. Come on then. Yeah, say hello. Say hello to the nice boys and girls. There we go. Right, now go. Bye. We're going to talk about recruitment. When do we recruit workers? As the business grows, we might need more staff to do the jobs. When a worker leaves or we get rid of them, somebody goes on maternity leave, or maybe internal promotion. If somebody gets a new job in the organisation, you're going to have to recruit someone else. Why do we want to get it right? It can be expensive, it can be time consuming to train and expensive to train them as well. And you've got to get the right person, because if you get the wrong person and they're rude to your customers or they do the job badly and you lose sales, it can impact on your profit. You've also got to make sure the recruitment process is ethical and legal, so you've not got people taking you to an employment tribunal to say that you've discriminated or you've treated them in other ways unfairly. Now, I'm going to talk about the recruitment process, and what you need to do as a business is to draw up a job description. So describe, what does the job actually involve? A person specification will describe what skills, qualifications, etc. the person needs. You need to advertise the vacancy. That might be online, very often online now. And I'm going to talk a little bit more in detail about that in a minute. Shortlist the candidates, so look at all the applications you've got and decide which candidates you're going to interview. It might be that you interview them, it might do group activities, and you might do tests, but again I'm going to talk about that in a minute. And then selecting the candidate and getting them into the organisation so that you can train them would be the next step. Now, methods of advertising the jobs externally might be on websites, as I already said. It might be that you're advertising on social media. It might be that you're advertising in local newspapers or national newspapers. Again, it all depends on the job. It depends on how many people. If you're looking for someone very specialised, you're unlikely to put it in the local paper. You're more likely to put it into some kind of specialist magazine. Say you're looking for some kind of specialist doctor, then you'd want it in some kind of medical journal. And then job centres, they're run by the government. If you're claiming unemployment benefit, you need to go and sign on there, and there's computers there to search for a job, but they probably don't have any particularly specialised jobs there. Again, it's the sort of thing where they'd be online. And then word of mouth. This is where, if you've got a job going and you're maybe small business, then you say, we need a Saturday person. Do you want to put it out there to your friends and family? But it also might be, say you need some high-level surgeon. It might be that person says, oh, well, I know all the other surgeons in the country. And you say, well, can you tell them, please, that we need somebody? And then how to select candidates. Again, you're supposed to be aware of all these methods. A letter of application is where the candidate writes a letter to say why they want the job, and you can see what their English skills are like from that. So make sure you're able to write a letter. An application form makes sure that everybody gives you the same information. You usually get those in teaching, asking us what sort of person we are and what skills we've got and all that kind of thing. A CV is something you draw up yourself, but you should really have one from now and then keep it updated all through your working life, and it's got all your experience and what you've studied, etc., etc. And again, it's a way of a business assessing how good you are at English and things like that, and your IT skills. Interviews are obviously where you go and meet the company and you get asked questions and see what you're like. Tests and presentations, very, very commonly used. You might have to do a test, it might be online, etc., etc. And presentations, they might say to you, can you do a presentation about what you do in the job and what your ideas are? Group activities, that's where you might get asked to do something with the other candidates for a job, a bit like The Apprentice, except The Apprentice is rather an extreme version of that. And then the last thing you need to be aware of is that your new employer might ask for references from an old employer to ask what you were like in your previous job, and make sure you're not a thief or you weren't sacked for any horrendous reason. Oh, I nearly forgot. We've got a different lion today. This one's really cute, look. It looks like a wise old lion, doesn't he, with all that facial hair. Look, I mean, it's probably, he hasn't even got a mane, look. How confusing is that for a small child? He's got a great big beard, but then no mane. So he's a bald lion. Anyway, yeah, if you want to get taught about the anatomy of beasts in the wrong way, talk to IKEA. On that note, I'll love you and leave you. Bye for now.